Hello everyone, my name is Noam Atiaras. I am TGT Social Science at Kendra Vidyala Imphal number 2. Today I am going to teach a topic from the class 6 geography chapter number 2, and the name of the chapter is Globe, Latitude and the Longitude. So let's start the chapter. So here it is the model of the earth. Okay, first one is for the latitude, second one is for the longitude, and here it is a model of the earth, and there is a red, okay, this red line, this one is the equator. Okay, it is a equator. First let's see about this latitude. Okay, in the latitude this red line is the equator, and the latitude is the parallel line to this equator. Look at it, this one here, it is one parallel line, another one here. Okay, these are the latitude. Okay, these are the latitude, those are parallel to the equator. These are latitude, and this 90 degree is the north pole. Exactly like that there will be a 90 degree. Okay, and here that will be the what, south pole. Okay, but it is not shown in this picture. Now let's come to the longitude. Regarding the longitude, this is the prime meridian. Okay, it is a prime meridian. Sometimes it is also called as a Greenwich meridian, where the degree of the longitude going to be start. It is a 0 degree here. Look at here, it is a 0 degree. Okay, it is a prime meridian, and here it again here it is the north pole, and there will be south pole. So longitude is that line that going to join the south pole to what, north pole. Okay, it is that line that going to join this north pole to south pole, and the longitude we will discuss in the next video. For this video we will discuss more on the latitude. So let's go further into this video. So first we're going to start with the globe. What is a globe? Globe is a true model miniature form of the earth. It is a true model. Okay, let me show you the picture of the globe. This one. Okay, this is a picture of globe. It is taken from the NCERT book. Now let's come to that second point. The globe is not fixed. It can be rotated the same way as a top spin or a potter wheel is rotated. On the globe, country, continent and ocean are shown in their correct size. Okay, yeah, in the correct size it's going to be shown that their continental location. And one important point that I want to be remind from the chapter number 1 is that the shape of the earth is geoid. Okay, it is not a round shape, it is a geoid that we learn in the chapter number 1. Now let's go further to this chapter. The next topic that we're going to be study is the equator. Okay, then as I say in the part of the that latitude also, the equator is an imaginary line that divides the earth into the two equal half. Okay, look at this picture. In this picture also you can see the equator very easily. This one, the line that is drawn in the middle. Okay, it is an imaginary line. Okay, it is an imaginary line, and this line where that's going to divide the earth into the two equal half. Okay, and the north of this equator we call as the northern hemisphere, and the south of this equator we call as the southern hemisphere. Okay, and another thing is that the equator is a 0 degree latitude. Okay, it is a 0 degree latitude. So look at the point of this equator. First point, an imaginary line running on the globe divide it into the two equal part. This line is known as equator. So it is a definition of equator. Okay, it is an imaginary line, not an exact line you will not find in the earth. Okay, it is an imaginary line that run in the this one middle of the earth, and it divide the earth into the two equal part. Okay, that is a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. The northern half of the earth is known as the northern hemisphere, as I mentioned earlier also, northern hemisphere. Okay, that is this one. Then the southern part half is known as the southern hemisphere. Okay, the southern side is known as the southern hemisphere, and this is that southern hemisphere part. Okay, in the middle is the what, equator. So here we finish the part of the equator. Now let's come to the latitude. Okay, our main topic. What is latitude? Let's see it. And parallel circle from the equator up to the pole are called the parallel of latitude. This is the definition of the latitude. Okay, that is a parallel circle from the equator up to the pole are called the parallel of latitude. I will explain you later on, okay, with a one diagram. Latitude are measured in degree. The equator represent the 0 degree latitude, as I say in the previous picture also, that the equator going to be the what, 0 degree latitude. Okay, the 90 degree north latitude mark the north pole, and a 90 degree south latitude mark the south pole. The value of the east latitude is therefore followed by either the word in or a north or south. Generally this is indicated by the letter N or S. So let's see one by one what it is saying. Look at here, we can see from here is that the equator is here. Okay, this is another picture. This is the equator, and it is the 0 degree. Okay, it's going to divide the earth into the two equal half. Then another one, what they are saying is that the latitude are the parallel. Okay, parallel circle that parallel to the what, equator. Look at here, this is a parallel, this is a latitude. Okay, another one is here, this is a parallel to the equator, this is a parallel to the equator. Okay, so latitude are parallel to the what, equator, and it will run up to the what, pole. So here it is the north pole. So look at the degree of north pole. Okay, it is the degree of north pole going to be the what, 90 degree. Okay, the degree of this north pole going to be the what, 90 degree, as well as the degree for the south pole. Okay, south pole is not shown here, but the degree of the south pole going to be again 90 degree. So here the question arises that there are 290 degree. Here it is also a 190 degree. Here is also a 190 degree. Then how can we going to know that this 90 degree going to represent the north pole, or it going to represent the south pole? We going to be know it after by the way that after writing the degree we have to write N or S. Okay, here it is the what, north pole. That means it is in the northern hemisphere, so we are going to write the N. Okay, and N going to denote the what, it is in the northern hemisphere. Okay, like that, this 90 degree we have to write the what, S. Okay, it's going to represent that it is in the southern hemisphere. That means the what, south pole. Okay, like that exactly. We will look for the one another example also, like here. Look at here, this is the 30 degree, and here is also 30 degree. There are two 30 degree, isn't it? If we write only 30 degree, okay, if in the textbook if only we write the 30 degree, then how we going to know it that this 30 degree is in the northern hemisphere or it is southern hemisphere? We going to know it this 30 degree is northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere. Okay, by the writing a N or S. Okay, this N going to represent that it is in the northern hemisphere. If we write 30 degree S, okay, that it means the what, it is a 30 degree in the southern hemisphere. Okay, so one example regarding this is given in your textbook, and I have taken from your textbook, that NCERT book. Let's see that example. For example, both Chandrapur in the Maharashtra, that is in India, and the below horizon in the Brazil, that is in the South America, are located on the parallel of 20 degree latitude. Okay, both are located in the 20 degree. Then how we going to know it that which one is in the northern hemisphere, which one is southern hemisphere? Okay, but we're going to know it by, look at here how. But the former is in the 20 degree north of the equator, and the latter is in the 20 degree south of it. That means Brazil will be in the south and India will be in the north. We therefore say that Chandrapur is located at 20 degree N latitude. Okay, if we have to mention about India, there is a Chandrapur. Okay, then we have to write 20 degree N. Then easily we can locate that this place is in the India. Okay, so like that, if we have to be right about the below horizontal, then we can exactly say that we have to be this one, write the S. Okay, after writing the S, we come to know that it is in this southern hemisphere, and we can locate at this place. So like this we can locate the place, or we can describe more clearly, okay, whether that place, that degree is for the northern hemisphere or southern hemisphere. Okay, because there will be two area. Okay, if we say about it 20 degree, then there will be 20 degree, 220 degree. One will be in the northern hemisphere, one will be in southern hemisphere, and then we get confused that whether this 20 degree is for the northern hemisphere or for the southern hemisphere. Okay, to clear that doubt, we have to write N or S. Now let's come to the topic, important parallel of the latitude. So in the early slide we have learned about the equator, we have learned about the north pole and the south pole and their degree. Okay, but some other latitude is also there which are very important. So let's see that important latitude. Okay, so first point saying that beside the equator there is a 0 degree, and the north pole 90 degree north, and the south pole there is a 90 degree south. Okay, there are 4 important parallel of latitude. Okay, beside that, okay, there are 4 more which we have to learn. The first one, that is the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north in the northern hemisphere. That is the first one. Okay, this is that Tropic of Cancer. Okay, this is the Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degree north. Okay, this one is the first one. Okay, that we have to learn. Next is the Tropic of the Capricorn, that is 23 degree and 23.5 degree south in the southern hemisphere. Okay, this one is the second one. Okay, let me write 2 here and here 1. Okay, this is the second one, second important. Third one is a Arctic Circle at the 66.5 degree north of the equator. Okay, this is the third one. Okay, this is the Arctic Circle. Then the last one, that is the Antarctic Circle at the 66.5 south of the equator. This is the Antarctic Circle. Okay, this is the last one. So these 4 latitudes are very important, and I will explain about more when that time come in the next chapter. Okay, but for the time being, you have to learn that these 4, okay, with a degree. Okay, you have to learn their name with a degree, and it is very important. Okay, and in this picture we have the North Pole here, that is a 90 degree, and South Pole is here, that is a 90 degree south, and the equator is here. Okay, this is the equator, this line is equator. Okay, then let's come to the next topic. Okay, it is the last topic of this first part, that is heat zones of the earth. There are 3 heat zones of the earth. Okay, first one, that is a torrid zone, temperate zone, and the freezing zone. Okay, and what is a torrid zone, and what is a freezing zone, and what is a temperate zone? Let's study. In the last part we learned about that importance of the parallel of latitude. That going to become here, that important that latitude going to become here. We learned that the 23.5 degree north is a Tropic of Cancer. Then the 23.5 the S, there is a south, there is a Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, this between these 2 degree we call as the torrid zone. This is the torrid zone from 23.5 north to 23.5 south. This area is the torrid zone. Okay, then from the Tropic of the Cancer to the Arctic Circle, that, and from the in the south also Tropic of Capricorn to the Antarctic Circle. Okay, these two area we call as the temperate zone. This is the temperate zone. And the last one, that freezing zone, again there are 2 area. First one will be the from the Antarctic Circle to the, okay, in the southern hemisphere, from Antarctic Circle to the South Pole, and another one is from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. Okay, so let's learn the detail about this heat zone of the earth. First we're going to start from the torrid zone. So let's see the toric zone. The midday sun is exactly overhead at least once a year on all the latitude in between the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn. This area therefore receives the maximum heat and it's called the toric zone. So this direct sunlight going to be hit at least once from the Tropic of Cancer to the what? Tropic of the Capricorn. Okay, at least once in a year. The direct sunlight going to be hit this area. So this area received a high temperature, maximum heat. That's why it's called as a toric zone. From the this area is from the Tropic of Cancer to the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, the area that I'm drawing the line, this area. Okay, it is the toric zone. So first one we have finished. Now let's come to the second one, that is a temperate zone. The midday sun never shines overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. The angle of the sun's ray goes on descending towards the pole. As such, the area bounded by the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic and the Arctic Circle in the northern hemisphere, and the Tropic of Capricorn and the Antarctic Circle in the southern hemisphere have a moderate temperature. This is therefore called the temperate zone. Okay, so we have a two area. First one going to be here. This is the first one in the northern hemisphere, that is between the Tropic of Cancer to the Arctic Circle. Okay, this area. Then the another one going to be here in the southern hemisphere. We have two area. Okay, that is from the Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle. Okay, this is the second temperate zone area. Okay, here sunlight never going to be hit directly, and they're going to have the moderate temperature. These two area. Okay, they're going to have the moderate temperature. They're never going to receive the sunlight directly, or vertical heating of the sunlight. Okay, never going to be happen. It never going to be here. They wrote a one sentence that the angle of the sun's ray goes on descending towards the pole, and yes, suns never shine overhead on any latitude beyond the Tropic of the Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. Okay, the sun never going to be shine overhead here, but the thing is that they're going to have a moderate temperature, these two area. Okay, and this two area we call as a temperate zone. Next is the freezing zone. Okay, freezing zones area lying between the Arctic Circle and the North Pole in the northern hemisphere and Antarctic Circle and the South Pole in the southern hemisphere are very cold. It is because here the sun does not rise much above the horizon. Therefore, its rays are always slanting and provide a less heat. These are therefore called the freezing zone. Very cold. Okay, these two area. First one would be here. That is from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. This area. Okay, this area in the northern hemisphere, and in the southern hemisphere from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole, this area. Okay, this is the second one. Well, let me write the second area. These two area is a freezing zone. Okay, here there will be minimum level, okay, or the minimum amount of the sunlight going to be received. Heat is where the amount of heat that receive here is very less. Okay, and throughout the year there will be a low temperature. Okay, so here we finish that heat zone of the earth. So let's do the homework. There are 5 questions. Okay, from the first part of the latitude we have a 5 question. First one, that is what is the true shape of the earth. As I say early, okay, in the beginning of this video also, that I have to remind what is the shape of the earth from this chapter number 1. Right now I'm not going to say that word, but you have to look at that beginning part of this video, as well as you have to, if you have a doubt, you have to look at that video of the chapter number 1. Okay, there they mention that's what is the shape of the earth. Next one, what is a globe? The definition is given in the beginning of the introduction of globe, so you have to write only that definition. What is the latitudinal value of the Tropic of Cancer? Okay, then of course answer is given in between this video. Okay, but don't write only the degree, you have to write N or S. Okay, you have to write with this also, whether that degree is northern hemisphere or in the southern hemisphere, you have to mention that also. What was the three heat zone of the earth? Of course it is a very easy: torrid zone, temperate zone, and a phreatic zone. You have to write that three, don't write the definition, just mention only that three word. Okay, I don't know, three zone. Okay, why did the torrid zone receive the maximum amount of the heat? The reason is given in the part of the torrid zone. Okay, the reason is given there. You just watch that part of the torrid zone again, write that part, that area. Okay, you can the answer is not tough, it is a very easy, it is given there. So here we finish the first part. Thank you everyone. Okay, and see you in the second part.